Sir, you may have underestimated Ryman.
Schema Guile.
This isn't like you.
Indeed.
Preparations are complete.
Continue.
This is Perfect Cascade. A flawless team of my own construction. Ar Ecks, it's time. Your mission begins now.
Understood. We will accomplish our mission in accordance with Procedure 13.
I don't believe it. We defeated Zanark's domain, but we still haven't restored football or Coach Evans to the timeline. Sending Zanark out to greet us was Eldorado's work for sure, but they weren't an official Eldorado team. What could we do? If we had the power to take them on now, we could skip forward to the future and make a stand against them. What? Skip forward? There's only one way open to us now. To save Coach Evans in football, we have to defeat Eldorado and undo their historic alterations.
We'll need to acquire a power even greater than Eldorado's ultimate team. Otherwise, we have no hope of restoring history.
Ultimate team? You mean to say that they have teams even stronger than the ones we've already played? Alors?
I'm sorry to say, but the power of Eldorado's ultimate team far outstrips that of either Zanark's domain or Protocol Omega. And the name of that dread team is Perfect Cascade. That is to say, a veritable torrent of terror.
Dr. Cryptix!
Ho, no, I'm sorry. There's nothing funny about it at all. In fact, the plight in which we find ourselves is as grim as the blackest night.
It is?
Chapter 8, A Terrific Adventure.
What do you mean by that, Doctor?
Well, it seems that Eldorado have already dispatched Perfect Cascade to meet us. Our victory over Zanark's domain has merely caused their nemesis to heighten their vigilance, as it were. Perfect Cascade are in fact preventing any modifications to the interrupt that caused the football ban.
So you're saying that the only way we can restore football is by defeating Perfect Cascade?
You must understand, Perfect Cascade won't be anything like the teams you've played so far. Their coach, Schema Guile, has trained them up to be the ultimate footballing battalion in every aspect of the game.
Every aspect of the game? What kind of team are they, Doctor? Right on cue.
This sounds pretty serious, you lot. If we're going up against an opponent of a different caliber, you're going to need to give it everything you've got.
Like we haven't been doing that already.
Listen up, Ultimate 11. You've got a new target. The 7th power, a flying defender who has complete mastery and dominance of the skies. And the 8th power, a dynamic midfielder in whom lodges ancient power and who carves the oceans with mighty fangs. In other words, we're going to need dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs? Dinos? You mean actual dinosaurs?
So the Ultimate 11 aren't all even human.
I think it's better than me. Dinosaurs are canny hard.
This is too crazy for me. I give up.
I wonder what kind of dino it'll be. Spinosaurus? Iguanodon? Alors, I hope it'll be a pterodon.
I don't think I've seen you so excited, JP. I don't get it. What's the big deal with dinosaurs anyway?
Are you kidding? What could be more exciting than a dinosaur? Come on, Jade. Listen carefully, and I'll tell you exactly how incroyable dinosaurs truly are. Dinosaurs appeared on our planet about 200 million years ago. After a bit of evolution, different species of dinosaur populated every corner of the globe, on land, in the sea, and even in the air. And what's more, they managed to dominate the whole planet for another 160 million years.
160 million years? That's almost impossible to imagine.
But then they disappeared just like that at the end of the Cretaceous Period. So that's about 65 million years ago. It's thought that they were finished off by a meteorite impact or a huge volcano, but no one knows for sure. It's a big mystery.
You know your stuff, JP. I didn't know you were such a nerd.
Well, Faye's already mixed and matched with a T-Rex aura. That's a start, I guess.
It won't be enough. We need to get our hands on something with even more rough and ready power.
Tyranno does feel a bit lacking now. But can you think of a dinosaur that's more ferocious than a T-Rex?
I certainly can't. Not off the top of my head, anyway. Not that I have a head at the moment.
Hardly an inspiring answer.
That's where you're wrong. Dinosaurs are still shrouded in mystery. Who's to say there isn't something out there even better than a T-Rex?
I guess we'll need a dinosaur fossil for an artifact. That's it. There's a school in Okinawa that's famous for all the fossils it discovered. I bet if we go there, we'll discover some too.
Sounds like a plan, Professor Dino Brains. What we waiting for?
And we can go to Okinawa. What a nice surprise. By the way, with a yo-ho-ho, it's TaleOfTheToaster. Welcome back to the series. A school in Okinawa? Yeah, that's right, Arion. That does mean exactly what you think it is. The game actually started in Okinawa with Arion training up some kids over at Okinawa School. And that's exactly where we're going to be heading back. I don't know if that counts as a minor spoiler or what, but I mean, I was quite open about the fact we were in Okinawa in the first few episodes of the series. So we actually get to go back there mandatorily. And I think the best thing about that is we're actually going to have to get an artifact for ourselves for once. Because genuinely, we haven't had a task to acquire an artifact since Nobunaga's sword. Every other time, it's just been given to us on a silver platter, and it kind of made me think, well, what was the point of the whole, you need to get an artifact to do such and such, if it was always done automatically anyway? I think it's much better when the game makes you go and find the artifact ourselves, and we finally get a nice little side quest to make that happen here. I mean, it's not a side quest because it's part of the main plot and we absolutely have to do it. But yep, we will be going to Okinawa to get some dinosaur bones. I don't really know what the link is between Okinawa and dinosaur bones. I mean, I guess plenty of dinosaurs will have been dug up at a beach before, but I don't think that's the most common place to find them, is it? Well, I'm not a dinosaur nerd like JP is. That came out of nowhere. I bet he's jealous that he doesn't get to... I'd love me a proper authentic Cornish pasty if you can get your hands on one. I do know quite a lot of Geordies who like their Cornish pasties. In fact, I live with some now. So, can I have a tuna pasta salad as well? Oh, we're updating the top 10 tuna in gaming on challenges approaching. Then I already got the bloody second year boy who talks about fishing up tunas in the parking lot. I'm sure I've referenced that in the series before. So, yep, we will be going to Okinawa. I think the most funny thing about that conversation we've had so far is the fact that the game felt it mandatory to give you a tutorial on what dinosaurs are in the first place. Apparently going to Okinawa is worthy of a new voice-acted scene. Sorry about that, Wonderbot, I've cut you off there. But yeah, it's like, fair enough. A lot of players aren't going to know what Joan of Arc is, or certainly Ryoma Sakamoto and that kind of thing. That does need explaining, but do people really need to be... does it need to be mansplained to us what a dinosaur is, to use a different term? Like, maybe it's received differently in Japan, but you'd think not, considering this game has a chapter about dinosaurs. I really don't think people needed the big explanation on what dinosaurs are, especially when it was that very anti-evolution, not pro-evolution argument used to state everything as fact. So the religious viewers have probably turned off by now. But hey, we got a shooting manual for the Typhoon. That is Hurley Cane's shooting move, and one that I like very much. In fact, I actually gave it to Arion around about this point in the game. I think I've said that in a previous episode, but Arion grew up in Okinawa. This is where he used to live. And we've had running in the 90s as our only shooting move for way too long now. So it does make sense to give him the Typhoon. But pretty much as soon as I made that decision, he then got a new shooting move. But, you know, in my first playthrough, I had been doing all of the extra competition routes in the France area and such. Whereas here I'm a lot lower leveled. So you know what? I think I am actually going to go for that. Give him the Typhoon. The Typhoon 2, the Typhoon Cadet, Right, yeah, now I remember why I regretted it. Because I had to overwrite one of these moves to give it to him. Well, never mind, I really do like the Typhoon, and I'm not going to leave it completely to waste. Could be pretty good for Ade, actually. He's already got a dribbling move and a blocking move, so an alternative to Flying Fish will not be remiss. So, sure, it's not especially strong or anything, but the Typhoon, I'm a fan of that move, and maybe we'll get to see it at some point. So, I'm going to take my time exploring on Okinawa, because obviously it's a nice place to have a look around, and certainly it was one of my favourite areas in Inazuma 11-2 when we first arrived there late into that story. I was already just enjoying that game so much for sightseeing and whatnot. I was like, how could this possibly get any better? And then they chucked us into the beach area. So the actual way forwards is to go up, but I especially want to go here because this is where we fought Protocol Omega for the first time all the way back in episode 2 in the tutorial match against the game's main villains. But apparently they're not now, because suddenly everyone knows all about these Perfect Cascade chums. I hadn't heard of them until the episode started, but Faye certainly seems to know about them, and Wonderbot and everyone else. Couldn't you have mentioned these guys at any point before if it was such common knowledge? But whatever, so let's just go into Surf's Upper. This is a particularly interesting area because, do you recognise it? I'm fairly sure you can work out where this is, and I'm not, the other answer, if you don't know, it's of course the beach hut from Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, which it happens to resemble. That was always one of my favourite places to visit in Emerald, just that little beach with lots of battles to do. But, yeah, oh, I didn't mean to leave. So this is actually where Gammon works, the commentator for all the matches, and he regularly gets escorted out of these premises to do commentary in our matches, which is why he was chosen in the first place, because our very first story-relevant match was on this beach, so he just happened to be the nearest guy. But as it turns out, he's a Mondo Narlacious commentator, and I wouldn't pick anyone else. Talking about burnt toast there, that's a bit of a nickname for me if I'm in a bad mood. But anyway, so yeah, we've revisited the area where Protocol Omega once lurked before we got rid of them, picked up plenty of conversation topics. I'm surprised that wasn't one of them, about ice lollies giving you brain freeze. That seems like the most typical conversation topic ever, but apparently it was not. She recognises who Arion Sherwind is, because I mean, you wouldn't think he grew up in Okinawa. He's not tanned at all, in any way resembling Hurley Kane and the likes of them. Now here, I'm just going to buy like 10 flat lemon juices, and that's not because it's an especially good item, it's just because I love flat lemon juice. It's one of the nicest drinks in the world, and you basically can't even buy it in the UK. Like, that might be a surprise to a lot of international viewers who can just go out to a supermarket and buy some nice yellow flat lemonade, but if you want to buy a lemonade in the UK, then it's always fizzy and clear like 7-Up and Sprite is. Basically, Sprite and 7-Up is our definition of lemonade, and that just makes me very sad because actual lemonade is brilliant. I love it, but you can't buy it in the UK unless you're going to like a proper import store and then you spend like loads and loads on it. or it's like a supermarket premium product, whereas you can get like a gallon of it for £1 over in America. Well, you can't spend £1 on it in $1, but you get the idea. I want some lemon juice right now, and I'm real sad that I can't consume some right now. Now, these are the students from the very first episode again that we were playing with. They have 3D models. I wonder if they're recruitable characters, come to think of it. That'd be real interesting. But we finally got to kill off the DS sound font to go into some actual Inazuma 11 Go music. I have never trained Arion in this game, apparently, but training dribbling at the school where he was mentoring all those kids, yeah, I can't think of anything more fitting for Arion. Let's grind up his dribbling abilities just a tad. I don't know where all these lion statues came from. Not the most fitting thing, I would have thought. Can you see them in the surrounding area? But hey-ho, so I'm only going to do this one more time because I want to get back to my Inazuma 11-2 source material music. I can never get a whoops even when I'm trying to, so what's the point anymore? The muscle one. That's not what I was expecting to read here on a beach-based school. Anyway, there is a parallel stone here, and we're going to get just a little bit more Arion content with a very good reward if you want me to jump ahead of time and spoil the outcome. This is a little scene where he's going to bring out Arch Pegasus, and surprise, it's the original Pegasus, the one that's used for dribbling instead of shooting like everyone else could. So the multiple worlds resonance or whatever it was has made Arion multiple times weaker, and you get an FSP manual for regular Pegasus if you want to nerf Arion and actually give him better dribbling abilities, or more importantly, just give a fighting spirit to anyone else in the team. I don't think you can do that until the post game. You need the help of the Spirit Guru.
Sassy, I'm sure there's bound to be tons of fossils just waiting for us to dig them up.
So what are we waiting for? Let's get digging! Whoa, I bet you've never seen digging like this before. I'm like a human pneumatic drill. Gotcha!
No, not so rough. The fossils are very delicate.
I don't think he heard you.
What do you not think you're doing here? Well, if it isn't, Arion, long time no see. How are you?
Oh, Miss Hanabayashi,
So you need to find a fossil to help you save football. That sounds like quite the flight of fancy, but seeing as it's you, I'll help you out. Follow me. Maybe something like this is what you're looking for.
Wow, a bona fide fossil. Thanks a lot. See, teaching kids how to play football around the country does help you somehow.
Don't mention it. I mean, I probably shouldn't just give out fossils like this. But we've got plenty here, so I doubt anyone will miss this one. Just be careful with it, okay?
You could ask us to return it, not that we ever gave Nobunaga's sword back.
Well, that wasn't too hard. Let's get back to the bus and put it to good use.
Well, Mr. Faerun, that sounds like more of an objective for the next episode to me. We really do get these artifacts, like, ridiculously easily, don't we? Is that a photo? No, it's not. It's just a box of balls. You can find that anywhere. So that's going to be it. A nice little revisit to Okinawa to make me happy, and there's plenty of recruitable characters and conversation topics, etc., etc., to get your hands on. So all in all, a very nice little bit of the game. But in the next one, we need to go take down Perfect Cascade in the dinosaur world and learn to mixi-max somebody with the dinosaurs. Like, it can't be JP, because he's already done so. Hang on. You actually watched that nonsense Bylong. What was Bylong watching? He was watching a video about TV show about ghosts. It was atmospheric, sure, but I wasn't particularly scared as such. Oh well. I have been Tale of the Toaster. Hope you enjoyed the episode, and we will see you in another one for dinosaurs and stuff. Well.